Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to Let's Play Control. I realized that we have some pretty important plot stuff to get to today, so instead of going forward with talking about podcasts and weird fiction in general, we'll dig really heavily into the plot today. Starting with some of these summaries about what went down in Ordinary, a town that we heard more about last time. And specifically the disappearance of the town's entire adult population following the discovery of a slide projector by Dylan Faden and Jesse, our protagonist, in a dump. And so when the FBC showed up, when Trench and Darling got there, everything had already gone down. The entire Altered World event had already commenced and ended, and they detained Dylan and weren't able to get away with Jesse, although clearly they have been following her for a long time.
There is a curious correlation with the yet unknowable forces intruding upon our world in the form of altered world events. These forces gravitate toward archetypal objects, a gun, a television, a supposedly haunted house. So clearly humanity affects this process. Our collective unconscious is a map of sorts. We hold the key, but we don't know how to use it. We create these archetypes through everyday life, popular culture, urban legends, but we are observing and influencing a complicated system in action. We can change the likelihood of something being a receptacle for these forces just by thinking about it. But we haven't found a method to control the outcome. And yet, there's something unique in us, in our dreams, in the conceptual reality with power, with our minds. What's the cause and what's the effect? Are we the starting point or just a necessary evil in this? A byproduct, a reflection, a projection? We'll struggle to find the answers to these hard questions, or die trying.
Aw, sweet, I'm the director of boxes now. Aw, I lost it. Jesse and me followed the dung monkeys to the cave. There was a lot of them. More of the kids from town had joined up. It was really scary. Jesse grabbed the projector and we ran as fast as we could. They chased us. I fell and hurt my knee. Jesse tried to help me, but the dung monkeys were coming. They were just about to get us, but then Neil showed up. Neil looked like a dog, like a melted dog, but I knew it was him. Neil said a lot of times he didn't like being a boy because Tom just beat him up. I think he liked being a dog, clearly Dylan Faden. The projector wouldn't turn off, so we changed the slide to the hand. I heard her immediately. She promised to help. Jesse said we should call her Polaris. It's because we were doing stars. She was doing stars at school. I also really like the unconfirmed paranatural sighting dog Neil. Also, from Darling's thing just now, I love that storytelling device that I've seen in a bunch of different places of belief made manifest, or how hard you believe in something, giving it some level of power, some level of actual reality. We have time to read this, like in Discworld or American Gods. After what happened at school to Mrs. Chester, we started spying on Tom and saw where they took the projector. Tom and his troglodytes were using the Sled Hill Cave as their headquarters. That's where the projector was. They'd been using the temple slide. We called it that, but really it was a broken concrete thing, like a warehouse or a bomb shelter, or something very dark. The Nut Mother lived there with her babies. She was feeding Tom and the others her milk. They were changing into little monsters. We called them dung monkeys. So, the sequence of events that led us to this game are falling into place.
Animal evaluation. examination of Jesse Faden, formerly P6, performed by Dr. Carla Vaughn. The questions asked here correspond to the 5th iteration of the gunner's psychological assessment. Are you ready, Dylan? Let's begin then. In a single word, describe the world around you.
Where's Casper?
Dr. Darling is out of the building today.
He's never out. He didn't want to come here. He never visits, not since Roberts. Tell Darling it wasn't my fault. I couldn't control it yet, but I can now. I learned. Will you tell him?
In a single word, describe the world around you.
A prison. A cold, empty prison. Not even a poster on the wall.
What is the next number in the sequence 3, 6, 9, 12, 15?
18.
What day is it today?
How the hell would I know? It's not like you give me a calendar.
You find a rabbit in the woods. It is breathing, but not moving. You cannot see any blood. What do you do?
Leave it.
Expand on that.
It doesn't matter. The rabbit's not real. None of it's real.
What day is it today?
Do you enjoy asking people questions that can't be answered? Is this what gets you up in the morning? What you dreamed of doing as a scared, stupid little girl?
Can you describe a dog to me?
In ordinary, we had a friend. Nosebleed Neil. And when it all went crazy, you know what I mean. Nosebleed Neil turned into a dog. Or something like a dog.
What day is it tomorrow?
Fuck off! I don't know! There is no calendar! How can I fucking know?
Dylan, calm down.
Fuck you! Fuck you and fuck Casper! Hey! Are you watching this, you old fuck? Did you send your bitch because you're too scared of me? Where is Casper?
Security, get a team in here. I need...
I think that's the clearest that red churning right before cleansing a control point has been. I don't know if that gets more or less opaque, depending on the state of the game. Fortunately, can't upgrade or construct anything, so we're gonna move on from the event. You know the one. We don't talk about the event. The second slide we called the meadow, but it was really just an empty lot with a bunch of weeds. There was a shack and a phone line. It smelled like flowers there. It was powerful, intoxicating. We had crazy dreams there. Must have been because of the smell. I didn't like it. Didn't like losing control. In the dreams, everything was melting. And then, when we'd come out, everything had melted around the projector. Neil was really into it. We found out he'd been coming there more and more on his own. Then Tom beat the secret out of Neil and found the projector, and he and his goons took it. We thought Neil had got lost inside the meadow when Tom changed the slide, but that's not what happened. So they have these psychedelic-esque experiences, and then the landscape melts like a Dali painting.
Home, our school, the woods, the dump.
Oh, this is very cool. And all made of paper mache. Let's see, so we have Dog Neil. We have the Not Mother and her dung monkeys, and then we have the meadow and all the other slides in the projector, most of which, as noted, were burned. Tom and the others had gotten worse, scarier. The math teacher, Mrs. Chester, tried to make them listen, and they pushed over a piano on her, broke her legs. Then Tom bashed her head in. Bye-bye, Mrs. Chester. I always liked her. I liked math. Dylan liked math. That was the tipping point. It was Lord of the Flies level bad. The grown-ups realized something was wrong. The police came and literally dragged Tom and Hugo and the others away. Tom was screaming that the not mother would make them all go away. They enacted a curfew for every kid in Ordinary. Mom and Dad were pissed, asking us about the dump, about everything. I remember wanting them gone, like Tom had said. When we woke up the next morning, pretty much all the adults had just vanished. Was I responsible? Did I don't know. Now we know what happened to Mrs. Chester. It sounds like things escalated incredibly quickly. Once the Altered World event in Ordinary went down. Oh, good. Let's get him before... Oh, yeah, we can get a few of these. And that will help us solve some problems. I think that we tagged him with that grenade. I think I'm gonna want to keep just ahead of all those. You can be helpful. I didn't get what I wanted. I wanted that grenade. Luckily, we can get pretty close and be totally fine. Just because all he has is a grenade launcher.
In the dump outside town. Did he recreate that too? Is that where they keep it?
To the dump. And they did indeed recreate that.
You mentioned a poem last time we talked. By Thomas Zane?
Yes. Beyond the shadow you settle for, there's a miracle illuminated.
I looked the poem up. Only I couldn't find any poet by that name. I did find a European filmmaker who moved here in the 60s, named Thomas Zane.
What? I don't...
No matter. It suits you very well. The poem. How you see things. Maybe you wrote it yourself?
I didn't.
No matter. You've said a few times that you feel like there's a piece of you missing. Can we talk about that?
Okay. Yeah, it's this... I feel an emptiness, a yearning for something that I think I lost.
It's natural for you to feel that way. Your brother and your parents are dead.
No! No, Dylan's not dead. And that's not even it.
You're referring to the imaginary friend from your childhood?
Polaris. She's come back. After a long time, she's calling. Dream I saw, she showed nothing felt more real than anything. As real as what happened in Ordinary.
The industrial accident in your hometown that you believe Polaris caused.
No, it wasn't an accident. There was no industrial accident, and Polaris didn't cause it. She saved me and Dylan.
Jesse.
No! It was a cover-up. The government knows about it. There were agents there. Agents from... I don't know exactly, but they took Dylan. I'll find them. I won't stop looking. Polaris wants me to go to New York. There's a building there. I have to leave soon. I have to be there at a very specific time. Something hugely important is going to happen.
Jesse, you know we can't let you go until you're well. And that begins by understanding what's real and what's imagined.
that is certainly an aspect of Jesse's backstory that we didn't know to this point. Although not altogether that unsurprising. Or rather, that surprising. Also, that is just a supplement, so no need to dig too deep into it. What we want is here in the dump.
They moved the whole landfill here in the middle of New York, and nobody saw a thing. Pretty unbelievable.
This, on the other hand, is important. Wait, nope. I'm wrong. That's a work order, or a cessation of work order, rather. I believe there is one more fairly big document, though. Gotta find that cluster. Just glowing like the sun right over there. Now we're good to take the rest of this on. We're gonna trigger these. Come on, where's the other? Just gonna trip them like landmines. Ooh, that explosion radius is just a little higher than I thought it was. It was a little bit of a risky plan. Worked out, though. Just took a hit for doing it. Got all that health back, though. Oh, I hate these guys. Let us send one of you at him. Oh, God. My shield back so quick. Not the last wave, however. And that was not the biggest problem that we are going to encounter. I just love these spindly, flailing limbs on the exploding enemies. Oh, you pain in the ass. This is the problem. Also, this one happens to be a bullet sponge. Even when you can get to it properly. Oh, man. Actually, wish I still had my charge shot. Because this is going to be... I'm either going to be tickling him, or I'm just going to float around like a complete dork, trying to get close enough to shoot him in midair with a shotgun. And that's... Ooh. Sure is a plan. And if I'm holding the shield, that gives me way less time to actually shoot him. And he wants to float away. This has become silly as hell. I solve all these down here. A fight mismanaged is what we will call this. Please stand still for one of these. I could do so much with just one. Oh? Oh my god, he's a small body, so I forgot I could do that. Cool. What happened to the music? Did the fight not expect me to take this long to kill this one enemy? Oh, it's happening now. There we go.
That lab.
Alright, real quick, anything that we can spot that's worthwhile? Not really.
Effective immediately. I'm setting up a new department. Dimensional research in the research sector. Transferring the slide projector there. That's where my focus will be now. The ordinary site remains as is. We'll be back to... I don't know when.
Darling took the projector to the research sector. He dedicated a whole area to it, so he knew it was important. Dimensional research. That's where we go next.
Yeah, and luckily we've been pretty close to where we need to go next, because we're heading to Ashtray Maze. And that's going to be fun as hell next time. Thank you all for watching. Oh, wait. Are you important? Nope. Thank you all for watching. Take it easy. Have a good one. And that ended like there was going to be a fourth thing. But there's not.